I must get your immediate thoughts. 40-man squad, I imagine it was tough to nail it down in the end, I would say. And are you just pleased, I suppose, with the balance across the 40 you have?
Oh yeah, no, we're delighted. We're so excited about taking this squad as a group of 40 to probably the hardest place in world rugby to go to, and finding out about ourselves. This is a historic tour that probably will never be done again, certainly with how we've structured the tour. Maybe Ireland will never get to play a 3-game test series out there again, and this is the ultimate, isn't it? We're talking about building now towards a World Cup, and what you want to do in those type of circumstances is test yourself against the best, and it doesn't get any better or tougher than going to New Zealand and playing them in their own backyard with what we see as 5 test matches.
And just finally for me then, have you spoken to any of the players who just missed the cut, or will you be speaking to any of those players? And how hard was it, I suppose, then to just nail down those last few places?
Yeah, no, there's plenty of conversations that have been happening over the last few days, and like always, it's tough, because they all wanted to make the tour. It was all, I'm 100% sure, within their goals of the season to perform well enough to get on this tour, because they can see what it means to Irish rugby, and they want to be part of it. We've picked a 40-man squad, which is the biggest squad that we've picked. Because of the schedule, etc., and they know the players that have missed out and the injured players and the guys who have been picked as well, that this is the opportunity to show what they're about under most extreme pressure, to see whether they can perform at the highest level, and see whether they earn the right to carry on into next year, which is obviously the World Cup year.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Hi Andy, Aisling here from Off the Ball. How are you?
Great, thanks. You?
Good, thank you. Just to speak about the players that didn't make the cut, the squad itself is really strong, but as you said, there's probably a lot of disappointment there as well for certain players. Could I ask if Munster's Jack O'Donoghue, he was in contention?
Of course, everyone's in contention, especially the guys who are playing well, and Jack's obviously one of them. He obviously he's in a very competitive position there, and you look across who has been selected in those areas. I don't think you could complain about any of those that's selected either.
And do you have such thing as like a standby list, or players that are told to be ready if anything happens, that sort of thing?
Yes, we know all the players are with falling out from the clubs. Some clubs are wrapping up this week, some clubs have already wrapped up, and some lads are heading on holiday. So we're aware of where people are.
Brilliant, Andy. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Andy. Justin Tracy. Andy, just tell us a little bit about what you're seeing with Kieran Frawley and how he's developed over particularly the last season at Leinster.
Kieran's like a number of players that's been selected in the squad. There's massive potential there, and we want to see that potential flourish under extreme pressure. And he's a type of player that we obviously want to. This tour is brilliant for, because this is what touring's all about, isn't it? We get to find out about players, how they live away from home, etc. How they're a good teammate within a squad of 40 is pretty important, and versatility whilst we're playing at the other end of the world. It's very hard to get people out there within 48 hours. So you've got to have a versatility in your group, and obviously Kieran, he can play a number of positions. He played fullback last weekend when he came on and looked pretty comfortable there, but we know he can play very well at 10 and 12 as well.
Hey Andy, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Listen, I know it's only, I think it's just been out just around an hour now, but a lot of people, it's just the immediate reaction was so many people were looking forward to seeing Rob Balakoon in action, and he picked up that unfortunate injury at the weekend. Maybe just a few words about him, and do you know more about what injury he has and how bad it is?
Yeah, he's a few things going on in his hip there. That's muscular. It's not structural damage, which is a good thing. But the injury is said to be 4 to 6 weeks. So we had Rob in yesterday, and we was waiting on results of that, and we're gutted for him. Absolutely. We're gutted for ourselves as coaches as well, because this is the type of tour that's made for people like Rob, you know, to show his worth on the big stage, you know, and that's what the tour's all about. You know, this is for us. It's the start of our World Cup campaign, and we wanted players like Rob involved in that process, you know.
And yeah, like you mentioned it there at the start, and it was in the kind of the release when the squad was announced. Yeah, do you kind of like, I suppose, what's your own personal take on the fact that these type of tours might not be around anymore, especially if there's a more kind of global calendar? Like, is it a shame in a way that Ireland might not tour New Zealand and do these big tours anymore?
Well, I'm yet to experience what's gonna come down the line, so I suppose I can only judge it on that. But I've grown up all my life on a 3-test tour. I absolutely love it. I think 3 games, you know, you obviously, you know, you go 1-0 down, you see the pressure building for the second game, and you know there's not just the performance of the 3-game test series, but there's also the ability to move around the country and see different places, etc., and get a feel for what it's like abroad. And I suppose when you're bouncing around from one country to the next, I think you'd just be in the bubble, and all that tends to go out the window. Hence why a Lions tour is so special for many people.
And then, yeah, just the last one for me, if I can. I suppose with Leinster and Ulster, and like, I suppose there's maybe a fear at the moment in Irish circles that we could be getting outgunned by bigger sides like that big La Rochelle pack and the Bulls pack as well. Just what's your own take on that? And like, you know, could people be panicking a little bit about what this Irish pack is capable of and the Irish provinces as well?
Well, you know, a lot gets said about Ireland, and you know, are they playing like Munster? Are they playing like Leinster? Are they playing like Ulster, etc.? We're Ireland. We're our own team. You know, we play our own way, and you know, we've come up against big teams before and been unbelievably physical. You know, physicality is not just about fronting up; it's about how you play the game and how you get opportunities to create space to be able to get over the gain line, and you know, be able to be aggressive in the right parts of the game. And I think we've done pretty well of late in that type of scenario. So no, it doesn't affect us at all.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Andy. Enjoy the trip.
Cheers.
And if I may, just one final one to give, I suppose, the viewing public a sense of where performance needs to be at. Just basing it on the last Six Nations, where do you see Ireland needing to be to come away with even one and possibly multiple wins in this Test series?
Where we've not been before. That's fact to me. You know, our last performance against them, or any good performance that you've seen over the last 18 months, 2 years, we need to be better than that. It's different. It's different over there, and that's why touring for these lads is so important. We've missed it. You know, we've lads on over 20 plus caps that's never toured. You know, so walking around Auckland or Wellington or Dunedin, it's not like walking down Balls Bridge and people winding the window down and saying how good you are. You know, this is completely different. This is proper international rugby that doesn't get any better, and it's exactly what we want at this moment in time.
Okay, guys, we'll finish up with Moreno.
Hi, Andy. Good morning from Italy. It's Moreno. Just one question. How, in your opinion, the latest results of the Irish provinces in the Anakin Cup Champions and in the URC will affect, and if will affect, the tour down under to New Zealand? In a positive way, I mean, will to have revenge, or maybe in a negative way, going down with a loss on your back? Thank you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, but what this 3-day camp is making sure that we get cohesive, that we start enjoying each other's company, we start building the relationships that we've built and we need to build them even stronger in the next 4 weeks. You can look at it both ways, you know. If Leinster and Ulster would have both played in the final, you can say that they've got good game time and, you know, the match fit, etc. Or you could say, well, listen, we've got the players now. We've got a 3-day camp. We're a little bit ahead of the curve, getting onto the plane, and we've got a fit squad. So I suppose you can take it either way.